one of the best in the country at getting up and down the court, scoring points. They have the nation's leading scorer, and Courtney Alexander. Contrast in styles. It should be interesting.
Well, since the seedings came out on Sunday, highly anticipated. I think that's a safe statement to say. As Tarkanian, his first appearance since 1991. He brings Fresno State here since their first appearance since 1984. But yet it's a contrast, as you mentioned, with styles. Fresno State, when they're healthy, very explosive, very athletic. However, Wisconsin would prefer a slow-down type of game, and they love to play that in-your-face defense.
We talked to Coach Tarkanian last night, and he said that he's conceding the tempo. He's not going to try and force Wisconsin to play an up-tempo game. They do too good a job handling the basketball. They don't turn it over very much, and Tark getting very deep. They only play 5 guys most of the time. So we're going to see a slower tempo game.
Bershaw hits the shot in and out from the baseline. By the way, Tark is 16-0 in first-round games. Dick Bennett, his opponent, 1-5 all-time in NCAA tournament history. Shot clock at 20. Fresno State, long jumper, break down the barrel. Terrence Roberson, and the Bulldogs on the board.
Good start by Fresno State. Did a nice job there. Roberson breaking free and knocking out that long jump shot.
Roberson out of Saginaw, Michigan. Wisconsin working hard underneath. And the putback. And the bucket. Andy Kowski. He will be a major player in this game tonight out of Brookville, Wisconsin. Tremendous from the floor at 57%. Badgers with the steal. Kelly on its way to the boom. Kowski on the follow. Throw 2 quick buckets by Andy Kowski. And Wisconsin 4-2 over Fresno State.
Mike Kelly, a great defensive play for Wisconsin. The 1999 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, coming up with a steal and getting Wisconsin in transition. Not a slow-down team, but a very patient, deliberate club.
Courtney Alexander had a good look. Put back. Abney. Fresno State very good about offensive boards. They love to hang around, pick off those loose balls, and dump them back in.
And Larry Abney, an incredible rebounder. 4th in the country at nearly 12 a game.
We played 2 minutes. We're tied at 4. Litton, double pump. Shot is up and bottom of the net.
That's number 5. Difficult shot for Linton. Got it up high into the air and dropped it home.
Litton, junior out of Calumet City, Illinois. He struggled really in the Big Ten tournament, only going 4 of 14. So a very important start right there for Linton to hit his first shot.
And a good start to this ball game. Both these teams knocking out their shot opportunities.
Badgering defense indeed. 4th in the NCAA, allowing 58.8 points per game. Less than 40% field goal percentage. And as I said, he preaches one thing: defense. 18-13 on the year, 8-8 in the Big Ten. And the Big Ten ought to be puffing their chest down. 6 teams making it to the NCAA tournament. Ryan trying to work underneath. Rejected by Abney. Loose ball belongs to Fresno State.
You see both these clubs playing relatively quickly. Wisconsin is not just a slow-down club. They'll take any good shot that comes along. And Fresno State, a very good half-court team. I mentioned that they only play 5 players most of the time.
Eli on the drive. Offensive. And holding his own down on the baseline was Kowski.
And the drive to the basket. Good D by Kowski there. Taking that charge that time against Eli.
First foul on Melvin Eli, junior out of Harvey, Illinois. We played 3 minutes, 6-4 Wisconsin. Well, Roberson got position. Bershaw picks up the foul. So both times down the court, offensive calls. Turnovers at this point. Fresno State with 3, Wisconsin 1.
Wisconsin does a great job handling the basketball. They are a patient club. They work the shot clock for a long time usually, and they do a great job handling it, moving it around, and not turning it over.
Down low on the block. Eli. Well, he shoots 60% from the floor. And we're tied up at 6. Bershaw on the reach in and a whistle. Roberson will pick up his first.
Wisconsin working, getting in the lane there. It's Bershaw. It's hacked across the arm, and Bershaw to the line for 2 foul shots. Wisconsin really has this game at their pace. It's half court at a time, and this is Wisconsin style. Fresno's going to try and beat them at it.
Bershaw, the Badgers' only double-figure scorer. They like to spread it around on the offensive end, but Bershaw averaging 12.4 points a game. Good free throw shooter at 74%, makes the first.
Bershaw, the only married player in the Big Ten, his wife Natalie.
This is the second, but the rebound goes out to Kowski. By the way, those of you expecting to see Ball State, UCLA, Northern Arizona, and St. John's, Ball State, UCLA will tip at 10:15. Northern Arizona and St. John's at 10:14. We'll get you there.
Wisconsin working the offensive boards, getting another opportunity and forcing Fresno State to play more defense.
Litton, top of the key. With under 16 minutes left in the first half. Vershaw had a good look. Little pump shot. Short. Kowski on the backside. Rebound and a fresh 35 on the shot clock.
That's the frustrating thing about playing Wisconsin. If you give up offensive rebounds, you're down here playing defense for 2 minutes at a time.
Boone had a good look at the three. Off the mark. Fresno State with a rebound. Across midcourt comes Demetrius Porter. Boy, long three ball goes down for Roberson.
Roberson at 36% from three-point range has made 85 threes this year to lead Fresno State.
He's got 5, and the Bulldogs lead Wisconsin by 2. Say just the two school nicknames are good enough. Badgers and Bulldogs, huh?
Oh, we're going to see some intense basketball tonight.
Linton takes it up. Second bucket, 4 points. Wisconsin now 4 of 11, while Fresno State is at 4 of 5 from the floor. Another long three, way off the mark this time. Badgers easily pull it down. Mike Kelly. Vershaw wants the long ball.
Vershaw, a great three-point shooter, over 50% on the year. That now makes him 19 of 34 from three-point range this season.
Now, Vershaw used to play down in the blow block, and Coach Dick Bennett brought him outside to take advantage of exactly what we just saw. He's not a great rebounder, but he can shoot it.
Courtney Alexander answering quickly. The nation's leading scorer, Courtney Alexander, to transfer from Virginia, getting rolling for Fresno State.
Averaging 25.3 points a game. Litton between the legs. Nice feet down low and up and in.
Nice job using the left hand there by Kowski.
Kowski with 6 points to lead the way. All scores. Roberson with 5. We talk about elevation right there. I mean, Alexander was about 2.5 feet above the hardwood.
But Fresno State having a tough time handling this Wisconsin defense, and when you take quick shots, that allows Wisconsin to come back down, use their patient offense, and make you play more defense.
Kowski called for it on the low block and easily takes it off the glass. He was working one-on-one against Roberson.
Kowski dominating Roberson down low, doing great work inside.
Wisconsin by 4. Ball State, UCLA will tip at 10:15. Northern Arizona, St. John's at 10:14. And we will get you to those sites. Right now we're in Salt Lake City. Fresno State, Wisconsin. Roberson with his 7th point. 16-14 Badgers.
Trading baskets. It's not an up-tempo game, but both these teams doing a great job knocking out shots.
Linton for 3. Around the rim. And the rebound pulled in by Abney, 6'8" senior out of Nyack, New York.
And despite Wisconsin playing a little bit deliberately, they are getting up and down the court. Non-stop action in this game so far.
Well, a timeout, 12.5 to go as you look at the Shark. Jerry Tarkanian and his Bulldogs trail Wisconsin 16-14, and we'll be back. Wife Ann with grandson bouncing. Wife Ann with grandson bouncing high on her legs, and his daughter Amy having a good time here in Salt Lake City. And they've got a game to watch tonight. Wisconsin 16, Fresno State 14.
Hot shooting by Fresno State, 6 of 9 from the field, 67%. Wisconsin at 7 of 15, 15 shot opportunities, 4 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds for Wisconsin, giving them more opportunities.
Kelly has it for Wisconsin. Back up top, first shot. Badgers by 2. Kurt Kinney checks in for Wisconsin, number 20. And also checking in, Dewaney. And Dewaney from Sudan knocks down his first shot.
Off to a fast start for Wisconsin. The Badgers out to a 5-point lead.
Eli trying to back in on Wills. Tough D knocked away, picked up by the Bulldogs. 10 on the shot clock. Down low and a nice pivot. Abney picks up his second bucket.
Great find by Roberson, throwing the ball across the lane. A dangerous pass, but Abney ended up with an easy bucket.
Only starter yet to score for Fresno State is Demetrius Porter. Long shot off the rim. Pulled down by Courtney Alexander. Dangerous and a quick step. Haynes fires and hits. Oh, my.
You're seeing the best in the country at putting it in the basket. The nation's leading scorer, Courtney Alexander.
No, it's amazing, Barry. He missed the first 6 games of this year because of a stress fracture. Boy, did he pick up quickly coming back off that injury.
He is incredible. Explodes into his jump shot. Jumps over anyone who's trying to defend him.
Wisconsin by 1. Around the horn.
Fresno trying a little zone defense.
Vershaw with 6 on the shot. Puts it up. Hard off the rim. Wills with the rebound. And a fresh 35. That one did hit the back of the iron.
Wisconsin still doing good board work. Forcing Fresno State to put in time on their defensive end of the court.
Delaney has it. Fires up the 3-ball. Strong. Follows his own miss. Loose ball picked up by Demetrius Porter.
Good job by Porter scrapping, coming up with that loose ball.
Porter on the drive. And he's on the board. We're halfway through the first half, and Fresno State by 1.
And a lot of points on the board so far. It's been a relatively slow-paced game, but these two clubs doing a great job scoring, especially Fresno State trying to play Wisconsin style.
Penny flips to the corner. Delaney back to Penny on the drive. 12 on the shot. Penny in the lane. Cott fires, tipped, and the ball goes out to Alexander. Boy, tough D by Fresno State.
Very nice job in the zone by Fresno State, forcing that errant shot.
You can talk all you want about Tarkanian and his offensive ball clubs over the years, but you know what he told us last night? It's still defense. Bottom line, defense.
That is what made his UNLV club so dominant in the early 90s. This Fresno ball club doing a good job in the zone these past few minutes.
Wills picks up the foul and a timeout. 9:20 left in the first half here in Salt Lake. Fresno State by 1. We're knocking off the 16th seed Jackson State. We're knocking off the 16th seed Jackson State tonight. That's a good look at Luke Walton, the son of the great Bill Walton. Had a nice game tonight for Arizona. They will take on the winner Saturday of this game in round 2 here in the West region. To find out who's in the starting lineups for your favorite team and link to individual player pages, it's all March Mayhem at cbs.sportsline.com or American Online users. Just enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Tough shot by Alexander from the corner. That stopped the streak of 4 straight field goals by Fresno State. Wisconsin struggling right now, Barry. They made 1 of their last 6. Well, 1 of 7. Loose ball picked up, kept alive. Nicely by Eli. Upper brings it down. Under 9 minutes left in the first half.
Wisconsin very scrappy, a tough defensive ball play.
Well, a tough look. Roberson in double figures with 10. He's hit 2 threes. And the Bulldogs lead by 4. 23-19. Fresno State coming in with an 8-game win streak. They won the WAC tournament on their home floor. Selland Arena. From the corner, John Bryant off the bench. And it's a 2-pointer. Make it a 3. Bryant, the senior, out of Plymouth, Minnesota, hits the 3.
And these two ball clubs starting to heat up again, answering 3-pointers.
Porter backs it out. Working on Bryant. Alexander pops out. 8 minutes left in the half. 14 on the shot clock. Ball away jumper, tough shot. Linton and Kowski battle for the rebound.
Kowski, the foul. Well, nothing's easy for Fresno State. Wisconsin stays in front of them, contesting every shot.
Kowski picks up the foul, his first. And Tark will have another chance to talk it over. We'll be back.
Salt Lake City, Craig Bowler-Jack and Barry. Salt Lake City, Craig Bowler-Jack and Barry Booker.
Now Bryant in the corner. Kelly off the mark. Rebound right into the hands of Roberson. 5:54 to go here in Salt Lake first half. Fresno State, the 9th seed, against Wisconsin, the 8th seed. Tarkanian against Dick Bennett. 3-point game. Oh, in and out. That one rattled hard, and look at Roberson. He's got a big smile as he runs down the court. Knew it was in, but came right back out.
Got it halfway down, but it wouldn't stay.
Nice pass interior to Vershaw, and a foul on a reach in to Demetrius Porter.
Wisconsin's gone a little bit cold here after the last few minutes. They're not able to get their shots down lately, but playing good defense, getting a lot of shot opportunities with their offensive rebounding. Wisconsin in control of the tempo, half-court game, and it's really going Wisconsin's way, although Fresno shooting a great percentage, up by 3.
Trevon Davis comes in for Wisconsin. Tarkanian makes a substitution. Travis DeManby, a freshman out of Medford, Oregon, also in. Both Bennett and Tarkanian will rotate. It's about an 8-man rotation.
For Fresno State, they get 94% of their points from their starting 5. An incredible percentage as Fresno just rides that first 5.
Well, Fresno State with a 3-point lead and their hot shooter, Alexander, on the bench. We'll see if Wisconsin can't take advantage. And Bryant dials up 3.
Great ball movement. Good setup by Trevon Davis to get Bryant open for that 3-point shot.
6 points. He's had a pair of threes and 25 all. You got to be kidding. Roberson with a dozen.
Roberson only came into this game needing 68 points to become Fresno State's career leading scorer, chasing Will Hooker, the Fresno assistant coach, for that honor.
Roberson now double figures in 29 of 34 games this season. You want a definition of consistency? You got it. Porter quickly squares up. Kind of lull you to sleep a little bit. Porter looks interior, and then he just pulls up and hits.
A 44% three-point shooter. Pull-up jumper on the money for Porter.
And there, he's the best three-point threat. Tarkanian Scott back inside goes Kowski. Vershaw the rebound. Contact, no whistle. I thought there was a foul hack across the arm there.
Noah Felix hit him pretty hard, but got a lot of basketball on that play.
Loose ball picked up by Wisconsin. Fresno State by 5. Little floater high off the rim. Put back, falls down for Vershaw. Vershaw now with 6.
Both these clubs showing that they could be effective playing the other team's style. Wisconsin opportunistic there, got a layup and then a putback from Vershaw in their running game.
Alexander has come off the bench, ready to check back in for Fresno State. Under 3.5 minutes ago in this fast first half. Demandry. Porter, tremendous ball handler. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Roberson from way out. Just hit the bottom of the twine and a shot clock violation.
Incredible D by Wisconsin again.
Timeout. Fresno State leading Wisconsin by 3. 3:08 to go in the first. We'll be back. The Bulldogs lead the Badgers of Wisconsin. The Bulldogs lead the Badgers of Wisconsin 30-27. Roberson with 12 points. Kowski with 8 for the Badgers.
And Roberson has been dynamite for Fresno State, driving it into the lane, but more often just hanging out around the three-point line and drilling threes at smooth finger roll to the basket. Roberson has 2 3-pointers as well.
12 points, 5 of 7 from the floor, and he's hit 2 out of 4 from behind the three-point line. 3 minutes left in the first half.
Fresno State again back into their zone defense.
Delaney back in for Wisconsin, number 13. Thought about the 3. Gives it up to Kelly. Vershaw at the free throw line. Puts it on the floor and a whistle.
3 seconds. With Vershaw, a great passer. Wisconsin loves to have him up around the high post, feeding cutters and three-point shooters for Wisconsin. Only the second turnover now on Wisconsin.
Yeah, they've handled the ball well here in the first half. Jumper in and out. Good look by Eli. We got a couple come and go tonight.
Again, one and done for Fresno State. Take a shot. Wisconsin blocks out and rebounds.
Vershaw looking for help. Delaney fires the 3. Delaney. 5 points. And why you say Delaney? Well, Sudan family tradition, you give the family's last name as the first name to your firstborn son. Delaney.
And he hit a 3. That's 2 for him so far tonight.
Alexander, fall away. Courtney was 7. By the way, thank you.
Courtney Alexander dropping in the sweet little jumper. And Fresno State, a strong half-court team. They can play at Wisconsin's pace because of those explosive players, explosive scorers that they have, like Courtney Alexander.
Under a minute and a half for Shaw. Bryant from Freeland. No, tip wouldn't go. Eli battles his own teammate for the rebound. Abney says, all right, big fella, you take it.
Well, Abney, 4th in the country in rebounding. He doesn't get there by giving away boards.
Tried to slam down the miss. Eli working tough inside and a whistle. Vershaw's going to pick up the foul. Well, Wisconsin still defensively working tough. Clock and lanes, very tough to work it inside, but he picks up number 2.
Well, for Fresno State, they finally get a couple of offensive rebounds, a couple of second chance opportunities. And Eli battling inside, trying to take it up strong. Looks like he may have lost the contact on that play. And trying to get it up on the glass again. And Eli trying to get his vision straightened out as he steps to the line.
First free throw tonight for Fresno State. As you look at Dick Bennett. Eli is 65% shooter from the line. Bulldogs by 2. Make it 3.
It's been a lot of perimeter action so far tonight for Fresno State. They have not taken it to the basket very often. So, therefore, they only step to the line now for their first opportunities.
Eli, a second-team all-WAC selection. Hit them both. He's got 6. And Fresno State up by 4. A minute 4 remaining.
Not much foul shooting going on for either of these clubs. As you saw in that graphic a moment ago, both teams have attempted 2 foul shots. They've shot it well from the perimeter.
Linton to Delaney. Three-pointer on his way. Backside of the iron. Linton. Rebounds. Kowski to Kelly.
There's Wisconsin again on the offensive board.
Linton, tough pass across the court. Delaney, 21 on the shot clock.
A 12-second difference between game shot and shot clock.
Well, that's the look Delaney wanted. Rebound goes out to Alexander, and he'll work for the final shot.
Fresno State will hold for one here. Courtney Alexander, one of the best one-on-one players in the country, matched up against Mike Kelly, an outstanding defender. This will be interesting, this last opportunity for Fresno.
Final seconds ticking down. Stay tuned. Pennzoil at the half with Greg Gumbel and Clark Kellogg. Send your way. Turnover. Too many steps. Looked like Porter took a shot around the bridge of the nose. Mr. Gumbel and Mr. Kellogg scores and highlights. Live look-ins around the country. Linton at the buzzer. Oh, that's going to end the first half. And Tarkanians return to the NCAA.